Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. I know this one's coming out a little late, but today was the first day of online schooling, and I literally just got done with my daughter's first day, and it was a bit overwhelming. Good news is I'll be recording today's and tomorrow's videos right now, so we won't have to worry about this one again. Everything else throughout the week should come out on time because I'll have them recorded one day early. All right, with that said, speaking of this week, we're going to be moving on into this week's theme, which is unknown gems. I basically asked my patrons to give me some bands that nobody really knows about, and we're going to check them out. So I'm really excited about this stuff. A lot of it has flown under even the commenters' radars. Um, Andrew Perrine has requested Kusanagi, the song Lightning Flowers, and as you can see, it is my only request. I don't have any YouTube comment requests for it, and I only have that one from Patreon. So this was literally requested of me because of Unknown Gems, which really makes me excited. That's kind of the point of this week, is to look at the stuff that not many people know about. So I like looking at the fringe of music. I think that's where you see a lot of really cool innovation and stuff like that. So yeah, let's see what Kusanagi's got. Yeah. What is that? 5 layers of rhythmic syncopation? Ooh. I like that. Just really nice chill coming in. Shift to those 16th notes on the hi-hat, giving it a lot of momentum even though it's still really chill and laid back. Yes. Beautiful counterpoint going on. Both of these melodies are gorgeous on their own and together. Really clean. Those offbeat cymbal hits right on the bell. Is that it? I really hope not. Bit more of a dream ethereal feel here. Those dotted notes are just really throwing that rhythm off, and I love it. small change in the drums just completely changes how the section feels. I love it. Yeah. So they definitely remind me of some of the other sort of math rock stuff that we have covered in the channel so far. Um, Chan, I think is what I'm thinking of. Um, I think Chan Water Slides, right? Water Slide, maybe. Anyways, a sort of like jazzy, light rock. Um, and lots of the syncopated rhythms that are kind of attributed to that math rock style. And I really just love the entire ambiance of this song. It has this nice chill groove that's laid back, but there's still a lot of energy and momentum in it due to some really masterful use of syncopation and playing around with note lengths into some unusual stuff with dotted notes and kind of changing up the way that the bars and phrasing feel. And it kind of that section leads to the like sort of ethereal section, which was not rhythmically oriented much. They kind of shifted to more of a held note section, and a lot of the notes were not really playing so much with time, but with texture and chord and stuff like that. Um, and then that just opened up into the distorted guitar tremolo picking at the end, and we saw these kind of two separate sides where they flip back and forth between a little more technical and rhythmically oriented to slow and chord oriented, kind of how the notes play with each other musically rather than rhythmically. And then the final outro, which is kind of the beginning with a little bit more oomph. The drums doing double time. You got a distorted guitar in there, a little overdriven. Maybe not overdriven, just distorted. But still, the ending has this chill lightness to it. It isn't in your face, loud, booming metal. It's just a light volume distorted guitar. Um, and just the overall feel of this song, I really dig. Like I said, it has a really nice chill math rock vibe to it, and I'm coming to enjoy that. I really like Chan, and I don't have we haven't done a math rock. No, you know what? Chan was during instrumental week, I think. We should do a math rock because I think Chan's the only math rock stuff we've had on here, and if we need more bands like that, because I really enjoy that. Um, I will say though, to me, the beginning was a little sparse as far as the audioscape goes. It's not necessarily that they didn't have enough moving instruments. I don't think that there's really a requirement for that. I think this was more had to do with mixing, and it's not a bad thing. But I feel like the song, the instruments, their sound just didn't take up a lot of space. The song felt empty because of it. And that could definitely be an artistic decision. But I think the best times to do this is when the listener doesn't notice it. And I think that's really, to me, how you can tell it was done well. And I guess it was about a minute into the first section. Um, it kind of dawned on me like this is feeling a little empty. And like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not something that I would criticize and say it should not have been done, but it's something I noticed and I didn't think it really fit well. I think I would have preferred, at least in the mixing, to kind of make the sounds a little bigger. But Again, like I said, it could be an artistic thing. It just didn't jive with me for this song, and I think that really would be my only criticism, other than possibly the repetition of it. The ending specifically is mostly the same. I don't know, bar or two bar riffs. They weren't very long, and it was just very repetitious without much change going on. The whole song kind of sticks around the same one or two chord, or I guess it'd be about a two bar chord progression. It doesn't move around a lot at all. The song itself is very stagnant when you look at the big picture and when you look at the small picture, when you look at the individual riffs. It is a very stagnant, repetitious song. But at 4 minutes, it isn't too long, and I do go through three stages, so that's about a minute and a quarter ish, minute and a third per stage. If it was doled out equally, I think the opening section was like 2 minutes. Um, well, I guess it's 4.5 minutes though. But the opening section was about 2 minutes long, I think. So I think that would be my only criticism outside of the editing, the engineering, is that the second third parts are a bit repetitious. I really enjoyed the counterpoint in the first section, though. I thought it was beautiful, and it did a fantastic job of keeping the song moving forward while having interesting counterplay between the two lead instruments without being bogged down. It was two rather intricate um, melodies, and they didn't really step on each other's toes. I mean, it was just masterfully composed right there. It was very easy to have messed that up and made it a bit muddy. And some work I'm going to give to the engineer, but I think a lot of that, the heavy lifting, was done on the composition side. So, yeah, I really enjoy a lot of what they were going for. I'm really interested to see more of their stuff, though, just to see, what else they can do. More specifically, I guess I'd like to see this composition style be refined through experience and age and maturity and stuff like that, to where it's just a really strong composition. I don't know how early or late this was in their career. I don't know the context of the song. Maybe it was intended to be short and repetitious and sparse, but I would like to see what they could do. Like I said, with what I would say would be a little bit more experience, and maybe filling out the sound a bit more, and having more complexities to the composition throughout. More stuff like the opening, less stuff like the ending. The ending was fantastic for texture, though. I'm by no means tearing the song apart, or saying the latter half was worse than the first half, but I did appreciate the composition in the first half better than the second. But like I said, the second had texture. The second had emotion and soundscape. So the song as a whole is really good, really good. But I do err on enjoying the beginning a little more, just as a personal taste. This is where you guys come in. No, hit me up. Let me know what you guys thought of Kusanagi. The song is Lightning Flowers. I'm going to assume most people have not heard of them. If they have, why haven't you been requesting them? Seriously, this is good stuff. And zero. I type Kusanagi into the YouTube comment search, and I get zero results. Not even anybody randomly going on a tangent about the sword. Like, not even talking about the band. Kusanagi is a word with multiple meanings. It's not just a band's name. Zero results. Nothing. Nobody's ever brought this word up in my channel uh, since its inception. So I'm real glad that Andrew brought it to my attention, because I love this stuff. And they do deserve more praise and attention. And that's what we're doing here on Unknown Gems, finding the stuff that needs to be above the radar, but sadly isn't. All right, so you guys hit me up in the comments with your thoughts, your comments, your ideas, if you've heard of them before, if you haven't heard of them before, if you're going to check more out. Um, And I guess hit me up with some math rock suggestions, because we should probably do a math rock theme soon. I think that's going to be in the next poll, and we'll see how well that does, because I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys would be looking forward to that. And yeah, I guess that about wraps this up. You guys can like, subscribe, and ring the bell. While you're in the comments section, you can find those buttons just north of it, just above it, sitting right above it, below the video though, not too high, just a little above the comments. And you can check out my Twitter and my Patreon. Those links are in the description if you're interested. I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. UTC, as usual, even though today I'm unusually late. I'll be back tomorrow, though, at that time with the next video for this week. All right. Thank you guys for being patient with me in this late upload. And I hope you enjoyed that song as much as I did. Until tomorrow, you guys stay safe out there and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.